Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for this look, I'm just going to be doing a blue and pink ombre look. And I'm going to be using Solaris Glow in the Dark in the color Blue for You for my first color. So as you guys can see here, I'm going to be doing like a 4-ball method. I'm going to do my top ball, then I'm going to do like my apex ball, and then the last two will be for me to do my ombre in effect. And I'm doing that because when you're working with colored acrylic, for some reason, even if you don't add more liquid, it's a little bit more runny, and I'm thinking it's because of the pigment. I don't know exactly, you guys, but it lays on a little bit thinner than if you were just using regular acrylic. So I do recommend that you make it a little bit thicker on the part with the colored acrylic. And what I mean by that is just adding more acrylic over the top of it just so that it's not too thin. So you just want to do that as desired as you need it, but you don't want to make it too thick. I know that sounds kind of confusing, you guys, but you'll see as I go, because I'm going to be repeating this step on all 10 fingers, what I mean by adding more acrylic to it if you need to. And again, you're going to take your colored acrylic, lay your first ball right at the top on the apex area, work it down. And then if it's too thin, you're going to take a little bit more of the colored acrylic and lay it right on top of it and do the same thing. You want to work it down. You don't want to overwork it. You don't want to like push into the acrylic and drag it. You want to kind of like pat it down. And then you want to take the brush and remove the excess. So right here is where I'm going to go in with my transition color, and I am using Tammy Taylor P3 acrylic, which is one of my favorites, and also the acrylic that I use for my full sets. And I'm just going to set the first ball of that right below the part of the where I want the transition to start, and I'm going to blend it down, and then I'm going to set my second ball right around the cuticle area. And as you guys can see, the acrylic is just supposed to melt into the nail, and when you're doing your cuticle balls, you just want to make sure that they're a little bit more liquid in your brush so that it's just flowing and melting into the nail. And again, I will be repeating this step on all 10 fingers. I don't think I'm going to be showing this on both hands, but I'm just going to be doing the exact same thing, you guys, on both hands. I just don't want to make the video too long. And also, I want to apologize if there's any parts where you can't see or you don't have a good view. Please let me know, you guys, if you want me to move the camera a little bit further back, but I'm still working on my angles. So right here, I'm just going to be going in with the 80 by 80 grit file, and I'm just going to be shaping the nails. And I do turn my client's hand towards me so I can get the view from their point of view. And also just to make sure that they're not crooked, none of them are slanted, and they're all straight across. And you also want to file both sides of the nail. And when you're doing this step, you want to make sure that you're holding the side walls of your client's fingers back, just so you won't cut your clients with the files, because when you're using 100 and 100 grit and 80 by 80 grit files, they are a little bit more coarse and you don't want to cut anyone. And I'm just going to be repeating the same thing on this hand. I'm going to be looking at my client's hand from my point of view, making sure I'm following the sides, holding back the side walls so I can make sure that I'm not cutting my client. So right here, I'm just going to be going in with my medium drill bit, and I'm just going to be going from side to side. And this step is very, very important, you guys. You just want to make sure that you are making it as smooth as possible around the cuticle area. There's no acrylic on the cuticles, because this is just going to help to prevent the lifting. And honestly, it's just supposed to look like the acrylic nail enhancement is just coming from the cuticle, like it's growing like a natural nail, you guys, as natural as possible. You're also going to be getting super close to the cuticle with the drill. If you're nervous about this step and about cutting your client, you just want to use a safety drill bit, and those are just the drill bits with the circle on the end just to give that extra protection. So right here, I'm just going to be going in with the buffer block, and I'm using a medium fine grit buffer block, and I'm just going to be buffing out the nails. And you want to do this step just because once you file the nails and drill, you want to just make sure it's as smooth as possible for your polish application. Then I have my client wash her hands, and I am going to be going in with some Swarovski crystals as well as regular crystals. And I'm using the Mia Secret gel resin glue and a wax pencil as always, and my glue drying spray. These all will be linked below of all the things that I can find. And I'm just going to be doing a really cute little design coming from the top of her nail down. And I'm using pink and AB crystals in all different sizes. Again, when you're doing stuff like this with nail art and add-ons, you just want to be creative. I literally came up with this design from the top of my head, and you just want to do whatever comes to mind. Also, I'm adding crystals to both of her middle fingers. Next, as always, I'm going to be going in with my Valentino Pure non-wipe gel top coat. And I'm going to be coating all the nails. And then I'm going to cure both hands under the LED/UV light for 30 seconds. And when you're putting the gel top coat on the nail with the crystals, you just want to make sure that you're going around them. Because if you do apply the gel top coat on top of the crystals, it will take away from the shine. And you don't want to do that because you want them to be nice and blingy. And I just want to show this really quick, guys. This is so cute. I did tell you guys that this was glow in the dark blue acrylic, and this is how it's looking when it's coming out of the UV light. You just want to finish the look off with some cuticle oil as always, and this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Also, I put a clip in of what the nails look like with the light off. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up and also comment and subscribe.